Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back. It's Kay from the Paper Shed. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you're all doing really well. If you're new, then welcome aboard. If you're a usual subscriber, then thanks for popping back and seeing me today. So I'm finished my last series, which was the autumn folio, flippy flappy folio, and I had some great comments and people joining along, which I really do appreciate. I've come across a few old things with doing different things through the house, and I came across these, and um, it was a work project. Strangely enough, I did them for some people that I worked with a few years ago, um, that wanted them for teacher gifts. And I thought, what a great idea. We'll do a little bit of modification because these are a bit wide. So I've decided that we will have a go at doing these a few different ways. So I'm going to bring on the new series of just a few teacher gifts that give you a bit of idea of how to go about it. I'll just give you a quick glance through. So I came up with these. I'm sure there's probably lots of videos, YouTube videos out there of people that have done similar things, and I'm just no different. So I've done different things as well. So I made this little notepad type book. It's got a pocket, some post-its. It's got a little closure of a policy envelope going on inside here, which gives you a nice little pocket. And I did them all the same, and I sold loads at work. There's another little pocket here, and then your notebook, pen holder on the side. I decided that this was a little too wide. These notebooks, where I worked, was a stationery warehouse, and I used to get these sort of things quite cheaply. So I decided I might take it down about an inch, just because I think it's just a little bit too wide. It's a nice feel for a book. It's heavy, and it's great for teachers or work colleagues or anything really, to give as a small token gift. So yeah, I think we're going to give it a go. Yeah, they can be done in 4 different things. When I worked at the same place, there was a guy that was getting married, and he wanted something similar to give his girlfriend to plan their wedding. So I did a wedding planner, and this I just used some papers from that kit to make this little sort of notepad sort of folio thing. So I think we'll crack on and we'll make a start. I don't know whether we'll get it all finished today, but hopefully. So all I'm actually using is some Amazon envelope packaging. I've cut it down because my cutter is quite large, and it's a bit of a nightmare on my desk. So all I've literally done, if I just get you an envelope so I can show you. So this is how it looks. It is an A3 envelope. I open it all up all the way around, and then I put it in the trimmer. I cut it down on this open side here. So you cut it down to the size that you want, and we want 8 1/4. So I cut the whole length of that off, and then that's rubbish. Then I turn it round. Don't forget these sides are open. And then what I want to do is I want to cut 2 pieces that are 5 1/2. So 2 of those across there, and then this part is another piece of that, which is 1 1/4 by 8 1/4. If you do want the measurements, I'll do it like I did with the autumn journal and put them at the end of the video. So I'll write it up if you need me to. Just let me know in the comments and I'll do that for you. That's no problem. When you're cutting, if you cut this side first, then you don't have to worry about splitting these. I've left them purposely because I want this to be double-sided. So I'm going to glue the edges because I want the edges to have an opening on this particular one. You don't have to. All you have to do, if you're just not having the secret compartments at the side, is just glue the whole thing down together before you make any marks. Now, if you've seen my other Amazon video, you will notice that when I do that, I leave this in, I just score. But the reason I wanted to take it out is because I want to show you how to do it this way so that you can extend your spine as big or as little. And lots of people have said in the past, when they have seen it, that it's quite difficult to make that score lines in these for it to close properly. So we're going to do it this way this time so that you've got an alternative. All I'm actually going to do, I'm going to cover these in, oh, if I cover them, I can't, mind you, I'm going to turn them inside out. I want to turn them inside out so that I don't get any of this, the Amazon markings on my front of my covers. I would actually be tempted to leave this and just decorate the top like I've done with the original. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Am I? I don't know. Yeah, I think I am. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to turn everything the other way. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue. I'm going to use art glitter because I just want it to be quick. And now you're going to have to use the Fabri-Tac. Hang on. Not Fabri-Tac, Macalal. So yeah, measurements again. These are 8 1/4 by 5. 8 1/4 by 5 1/2. So you want 2 8 1/4 by 5 1/2, and you want 1 8 1/4 by 1 1/4 inch. And I literally am just going to go ahead and just, you don't have to be really picky with it. It's just a quick, simple and easy way. Now, alternatively, if you don't want to use the Amazon packaging, you can just use card. That is what I made previous ones out of, is just card sheet, cardboard stock. They were over sturdy. I don't know whether to do that. No, let's not. Let's just glue it all down. But you can, if you want to, you can have 2 secret pockets by just gluing here and here. You will get a secret pocket on your cover, which is always handy for teachers or work colleagues alike. Okay. So thanks for everyone that joined along on the autumn folio. It was a great series. The kit that is Mandy at Sunflower and Doors, her kit is actually really lovely to work with. The colours are amazing and I did thoroughly enjoy it. So yeah. Okay, so we've got the top. I'm going to leave those ones at the top, so my fold lines are at the top. And I'm going to do that the same way. And then so for this bit, I want to leave an edge. So we're going to cut that about there. You're going to want this one the same. You need 2. You can do this with anything, either papers. I'm just using a bit of cardstock, which is why I haven't gone with a thicker card to use. So I'm just going to cut those down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put this piece on here. We're then going to put this piece on here. Yes, I've had a think. I was going to do it a different way, but I'm not now. So I'm going to attach this to here. I'm then going to attach that one to there. And then this one is going on there. So we're just going to, what we're going to do is I'm just going to join these 2 pieces together right on the edge. And I want that to be my spine. So I'm just going to tape those together. It's going to be covered, so I'm just going to use some black tape. This is just black masking tape. I use this quite a lot, or I used to use it quite a lot when I used to make boxes and things. So I'm just going to put a piece of black tape down there. I might need to cover those off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, oh, that's the end. No, I'm going to put this and put that about there and glue that down. Okay, I'm going to do that first. Just so that the join's in the middle. Okay, we're going to do the same with this side. Okay, so we're just going to leave about 1/8 of an inch and about there. Okay, now if you want to, you can do it this way. Put that in there and then just make sure that it butts up if you want to. If you use collard glue to do that as well, you'll be able to manoeuvre that into space. And then we're going to do the same with this side here. Oops. Okay, so we want the same on this side. Line it up at the bottom. A nice gap, and it's as equal as you can get it. I didn't leave much room down the bottom there, did I? I'm trying to get used to using my glass mat again, and it's driving me insane. So what we want to do, we're going to need to leave that to dry for a minute with it being the canal, just because it has a tendency to wobble and it's not worth it. Right, so I've left it to dry for a minute. I don't think I've been patient enough, mind, but what we want now, you can do this with a ruler, or you can do it with just using your hands. I like to use a ruler so that I'm going to get it as straight as I can. And then all we're going to do is we're just going to come underneath here against your ruler. So line your ruler up as straight as you possibly can down the edge of your board, and then come underneath with a bone folder and just fold that line up. Once you've got your line, we can then just ease it over as best we can to do that. And we're going to need to do that on all 4 edges, which is why I said I hadn't got enough down the bottom. So we just come underneath, so lining it up with your edge, okay, all the way down. Come underneath your paper and just press slightly until your paper starts to stand up. And then you can just ease that over then. And that way you'll get a nicer edge along here when you come to do it. Okay, I've got to do the same with these as well. Yeah, see, I've left my edge a little bit too far down, but we're going to go with it. Let's just see what we can get. Okay, there we go, just ease that up a little. Go all the way along there and all the way along there. Same with this side. So we're just lining it up, top and bottom. This one's going to be slightly difficult, so when you come to do yours, just make sure that you leave equal amounts on the top and the bottom, not like what I did. Okay, move the ruler. And then we're just going to open it up. And what we're going to do, let me get my bigger scissors, is we're just going to make a notch there. We're going to come around and notch that side. Same with this side. You're going to cut your 2 little marks in there. And you're going to need to do the same with this one. What I want to do is just take that off this side. Okay, that's good. And what we're going to do is we are going to close all your edges. Just want to make sure that we've got the edges covered on both top and bottom, so that you've got a nice crease along there. This one comes up, that one does. There we go. Yeah, see, because I've gone short on the bottom here, I've got a slight gap. I'm not going to worry about it at the moment, but this is why you need it to be equal on the top and the bottom. But yeah, so we're just going to glue those down now. I like to do it like this. So go along the edge of my cardboard, and then just so that when you come to doing it's got a good grip on that edge. Okay, so we'll do this one first. Just going to bring that one up. You can use whatever glue you want really for this. Collal takes a little longer to dry, gives you a little bit more manoeuvre room, and art glitter will obviously glue it more quickly. So it's up to you. And then fold that down there, and fold it over. Now we could have cut this down slightly if you'd have wanted to. I just think it's a bit of a waste. So do 2 spine pieces. This is the trouble using Collal. And what you're going to do is just going to bring that up so that you're just bending that into place. Okay. Okay, get this smaller piece put down first. And this piece. Now, if you do prefer to leave these pieces in instead of cutting them out, you have to just make sure that they fit into that gap, and it will work without cutting them out. I've only done it because this paper is going to actually be covered, so it's I'm just wanting to take out the bulk, whereas if you weren't covering it, you'd probably want to leave those in. And then if you want to just gradually just bring that one up to there, and there we have our, you want to just go along the edges to square those off. And the same on the top. And then you've got your there and there. And there you've got your outer notebook all ready. Okay. Fairly easily. It's not too difficult, and again, you know, it's a nice size. I just want to get this back a minute. just to check that that's going to fit. Oh, it will. So that will fit perfectly there when we come to do that side. And then yeah, so we've got to put a spine in, and how we do that, this is how we cover these edges. So we'll do that next, and then I might say this is part one, so that you're all ready for your next bit in the next episode. Right, so what we need now is we need to make the little spine gusset that actually goes in here to hold the envelope. So I've measured here, and I've gone with about 4 inches is wide enough. You can go wider if you prefer, it's entirely up to you. I just like to go a good inch over the folds. So the other thing is, this black tape was a mistake, because when I stand up, this part isn't going to be covered. So I've just got some brown packing tape, which is a similar colour, and I'm just going to pop that on. I didn't put this one on very straight, so I thought I'd record it. It's pretty good stuff. This tape is, I don't know whether it is packing tape, or I don't think it's packing tape. It's something similar. It's like a framer's tape, what they frame pictures with. And I just want it because mine isn't going to cover the top of that black. So I've got another piece off there, and just want to, need to get it straight. It's because it's the same size. So I should have done that in the first place and used this. It's just that I find it very difficult to actually stick to. So I've got my 5 inches. You need 5 inches. So you want 4 inches wide, but you need an inch in the middle to create your spine, like so. So we cut 5 inches, and then we score in the middle, which is 2.5. We score at 3, and we score at 2. And then when you fold this, score it really, really well. Burnish it off. And then what you need to do is we need to glue that like that. I'm going to use art glitter for this because I want it to dry quickly, just for videoing purposes. But there's no real mistake on this one. You can't really make a mistake. So, but if you did want to use the wiggle room glue, that's fine. Just give it plenty of time to, that's it. So just burnish that a little bit more, make sure that is glued nicely. And what we're going to do is, for this, we're going to go from your score line, inside your score line, not on the outside, on the inside of your score line, because you want your piece to sit perfectly on this score line. If you cut below the score line, it will be more difficult for it to fit in and flap from side to side. To get it so that it sits on top of that score line, you need to cut on top of the score line and just create a wedge. Do the same on this side, top of the score line, and there. And then when you've got your thing that needs to fit in there, it will sit on the top of that score line, which means that that will go that way and that way quite freely. Okay, so now we're ready to actually glue this in. This is the way that you would do your spines for a photo album, and I've been asked a few times to show you. I am going to do an album series after Christmas, but this is the way that you would do it. So you create as many of these as you need, and then you would fix it in exactly the same way. I'm going to try and line that up top to bottom. So what I'm going to do is, if you do want to get it dead in the middle, just mark it where you want it, okay? And then further down here, let me just mark that where that is on there, so that I can do the same on here. So that's it. And what I want to do is I just want to score inside as deep as possible, either side of there. It hasn't gone on. So leave that one, that's in the same side there. That just helps with the fold, to get that where it needs to be. First is I'm just going to glue this side, and I'm going to use art glitter again. Okay, and I'm just going to line that up with my line at the bottom. So I'm just going to line that top and bottom. Just need to stand up so that I can see where I am. There we go. And push that in. And that crease should be on there, and that crease should be on there, if I've got it the right way off. Okay, then all we need to do, because we don't want to glue inside there because it's restricting, so we just need to quickly just glue this down. It hasn't got to be perfect because you're going to be gluing some pretty papers on the top. Okay, so let's just get those now, and then what you want to do, just bend that into place so you know that that's going to bend. Make sure this sticks down. Okay, then do, oh, that wasn't clever, was it? Maybe that's because it's art glitter. Just might need a bit of colour on there. Yeah, I don't think it's stuck actually. Yeah, this is the trouble with putting these in, especially if you don't get them creased into the right place. Really give those lines a burnish so that it doesn't create that lip. That's the key to this, is actually burnishing in that groove. You have to think how much paper it's actually taken. Let's use a bit of colour on this because that hasn't stuck. It's unusual for art glitter. Just tease it in. Make sure it's stuck at the top, although it's not holding a lot, so you don't have to be meticulous really, but because this spine isn't actually going to be holding very much, it's just holding a policy envelope, whereas usually it would be holding a full page in a album. But yeah, get those in. Just manipulate that spine a little. And there we have it. So we have our actual little notebook cover all done, dusted, sorted. If when you're making it you come across any issues or problems, just let me know, and I'll do my best to answer you to get it right, because to actually get this part right takes a bit of practice. And I'd rather do it on a notebook and you practice than do it on a album and you mess up, that you feel like you've messed up. So it's easy just to try on here, because once you've done one and you know how you can manipulate it and things. See, so you want it to be as free as that, but you won't get that while your material is tight. Right, so I hope you really enjoyed that. It's coming on. If you're joining along and you have any problems, do come back to me, let me know. I will talk you through it or help you through it. It is a little difficult to get this spine to wobble, and it just does take a little bit of manoeuvring and you know, playing around with, but you just haven't got to be scared of it. And if it can do that, your book's fine. Mine's a little tight on this closure, and what that means is that when we put the spine in, I didn't leave a big enough gap between the two. That's all it means. So if you want to leave a slightly bigger gap, just so that it helps you for the first time, that's fine. But mine's manipulated now into place and it's not too bad. So yeah, so we'll be back in the next one to make it all pretty for you. So yeah, have a great week and I'll see you soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye.